Hey everyone, welcome back to Pink English. I'm Sophia.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel. We're here to chat in real, everyday English.
And today, you can probably hear it in my voice a little because it's freezing outside.
Yeah, it's one of those winter days where the wind feels like it has a personal problem with you.
Exactly. Like the second you step outside, your face is like, oh, so we're doing this today?
The temperature dropped, the wind picked up, and suddenly everyone is walking faster for no reason.
And we're both in the same place right now, looking out the window like, okay, we're not going out unless we absolutely have to.
Honestly, it's the kind of weather that makes you appreciate indoor life. Warm drinks, dry socks, and not fighting the wind.
Yes. And you know what's funny? When the weather is like this, it becomes the easiest thing to talk about.
Because it's happening to everyone at the same time. You don't even need a topic. You just walk in and go, wow, it's cold.
And somehow that turns into a full conversation, like what you're wearing, how you survived the walk here, what kind of winter person you are.
Exactly. Weather is basically the world's #1 small talk starter.
So today, we're going to talk about weather and seasons, how to describe them in a way that sounds natural, not like a textbook.
And more importantly, how to use weather to keep a conversation going instead of just stopping at, it's cold.
Because it's cold is true, but it's also kind of the end of the sentence if you don't add anything.
Right. We'll help you turn it into something that feels like real talk, like you're actually there, feeling the same wind.
So grab something warm, get comfy, and let's start with the most realistic question of the day.
How did you survive getting here in this wind?
Okay, first of all, I feel like my hair is still fighting the wind right now.
Same. I walked in and my jacket was basically still flapping like a flag.
And it's funny because we're sitting here in the studio, it's warm, the lights are on, it feels cozy, but the second I look out that window, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, it's fully winter outside. Dark sky, wind shaking the trees, and that sound, like the air is just rushing past everything.
It's kind of dramatic, honestly. Like the wind makes it feel colder than it actually is.
Exactly. The temperature number might not be insane, but the wind chill? Different story.
My hands were cold before I even got inside. And you know when your face goes numb a little? That was me.
I know that feeling. And then you finally get indoors and your cheeks are still cold, but your body starts to relax.
Yeah, it's like your whole mood softens the second you stop fighting the weather.
That's a good way to put it. Because outside, you're tense. You're walking fast, shoulders up, trying not to get hit by the wind.
And you're holding your hood like it's your job.
Exactly. And everyone looks a little angry, but they're not actually angry. They're just cold.
I saw someone outside literally leaning forward like they were climbing a mountain.
And that's the thing. When it's windy like this, your whole routine changes.
Totally. Like normally, you might take your time, maybe stop somewhere, maybe walk slower, but tonight, no one is wandering.
Tonight is go straight to your destination weather.
And also, it's the kind of weather where you regret your outfit immediately.
Oh, for sure. If you didn't wear enough layers, you know within 10 seconds.
And if you wore the wrong shoes, you feel it in your soul.
I actually changed my plan because of the wind. I was going to walk a longer route, but I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Same. I was thinking about grabbing something on the way, but I didn't want to stand outside even for a minute.
And it's not even raining, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, it looks like it might rain though, like the clouds look heavy.
That's true. It has that something is coming vibe.
Also, can we talk about how winter nights just feel different?
They do. Everything feels quieter, but also harsher.
Like the air is sharp, and the studio feels extra warm because outside is so cold.
It makes the contrast stronger, and that's why people end up talking about the weather. It's right there.
Yeah, it's not just a random topic. It's literally the thing you're dealing with.
And the moment you see someone, you naturally go, it's freezing.
Or the wind is crazy.
Or if it's summer, you'd say, it's so humid.
Exactly. It's like weather gives you a free opening line.
And then it connects to everything. What you're wearing, what you're doing this weekend, whether you're staying in, whether you're traveling.
even your energy level. Like, I don't know about you, but cold, windy weather makes me want to be inside and do nothing.
Same.
It makes me plan my life around being warm, right? Like, suddenly I'm thinking about hot soup and blankets, not big, exciting plans. And that's kind of the point. When we talk about weather, we're not only describing the sky. We're kind of describing our mood and our rhythm, like how we move through the day. Exactly. So when people say, oh, talking about weather is boring, I'm like, it's actually not, because it's basically talking about how life feels right now. Yeah, and tonight life feels cold, windy, and honestly a little dramatic, but also cozy in here. Exactly. And that contrast is the perfect place to start. Because once you can talk about weather naturally, you can start a conversation anywhere. And you can make it feel real, not like you're reading a sentence from a textbook. So yeah, we're chatting about weather, but we're also chatting about feelings, plans, and everyday life. And that's why weather is such a powerful topic. It's simple, but it opens so many doors.
And you know what I love about this kind of conversation? It doesn't feel like a topic. It just feels like life.
Exactly. You're not sitting there thinking, okay, now I will discuss the weather. You're just reacting.
Yeah, like you walk in, you shake off the cold, and you're like, it's freezing. That's it. That's the start.
And that's why today's episode is actually really practical, because weather is something you can talk about every single day.
But here's the thing. Most people can say it's cold or it's hot, and then it stops there.
Or they try to sound fancy and suddenly it feels like a weather report.
Yes, like the temperature is approximately, stop. We're not doing that.
We're not here to memorize a list of weather words.
We're here to help you sound natural, like you're actually sitting with someone, looking out the window, feeling the same air.
So instead of thinking, I need vocabulary, think, I need a normal way to talk.
Exactly. Like, how do you take one simple comment and make it feel human?
And how do you use weather to open a conversation, not just fill silence?
Because weather is one of those safe topics that can lead to so many other things.
Your plans, your mood, what you're wearing, what you miss, what you're looking forward to.
And once you start talking about seasons, it gets even more personal, in a good way.
Right, because seasons connect to lifestyle. Like, are you the kind of person who loves winter and candles and soup?
Or are you like me and you're just counting the days until spring?
And you can talk about routines too. What you do in summer, what you avoid in winter, what changes for you.
So in this episode, we're going to do a few things.
We'll show you the common, everyday phrases people actually use. Nothing too complicated.
And we'll also focus on those little soft words that make you sound more relaxed.
Like, kind of, a bit, honestly, not gonna lie.
Because those words buy you time and make your English feel more like real conversation.
Then we'll do some guided practice, so you can actually say these lines out loud and make them yours.
And we'll also chat about seasons in a fun way, because talking about weather is step one, but talking about seasons is where you start showing personality.
And the best part is, you don't need advanced words to do it.
You don't need to sound like a weather app.
You just need to sound like a person.
So, if you've ever felt stuck with it's cold and nothing else, don't worry.
By the end of this, you'll have easy ways to keep the conversation going.
Because you don't need fancy vocabulary.
You need to sound like you're really talking.
Okay, so let's talk about why weather is such a universal opener. Like, it's almost too easy.
It really is. Weather is one of the few things everyone experiences at the same time, especially when you're in the same place.
Right. Like tonight, no one has to explain what we mean. We all feel the wind.
Exactly. It's shared reality. That's why it works as small talk. It's low risk, instantly relatable, and you don't need personal information to start.
And it's kind of comforting, too. Like, you don't have to be clever. You can just be like, wow, it's freezing.
And the other person usually responds because they're thinking it too.
Yeah, it's like a little moment of, we're in this together.
That's a good way to describe it. Weather creates quick connection, and even if you don't know someone well, it feels normal to comment on it.
Totally.
Like if you're waiting for an elevator or sitting next to someone on the train, you can just say, "This wind is insane," and suddenly you're not strangers anymore.
And you don't have to force it. It doesn't feel like you're trying too hard.
But I think the problem is a lot of people stop at the first sentence.
Yeah. They say, "It's cold," and then there's silence again.
Exactly. And then they're like, okay, small talk failed.
But it didn't fail. It just needs one more step.
Yes, like one tiny extra line and it becomes a real exchange.
Here's the simple structure. Comment, add detail, then invite response.
Ooh, I like that. Very Daniel.
I'll keep it simple. Step 1, a basic comment. "It's freezing today."
Step 2, add something human. Like, I didn't expect it to be this bad.
Or, "The wind makes it feel 10 times colder."
Yes. And then step 3, pull the other person in.
Right. Something like, "How about you? Are you staying warm?"
Or, did you dress for this? Because honestly, half of us didn't.
Exactly. And that's already a full conversation. 3 sentences, but it feels natural.
And it doesn't even have to be that perfect structure. It can be super casual.
Of course, the point is just to move from a statement to a shared moment.
Yeah, like imagine you walk into the office and you say, "It's so cold outside."
That's fine?
But if you add, "My hands were freezing the whole walk here," suddenly it's like a little story.
Exactly. And it gives the other person something to respond to. They can say, "Same," or "Oh no," or "I know."
Or they can one-up you with their own suffering.
That's also common. "You think that's bad? Let me tell you what happened to me."
Yes, and that's how you get that little bonding moment.
Another reason weather works so well is that it connects to practical things.
Like clothes?
Exactly. Clothes, commuting, plans, energy level. So even if you start with weather, you naturally drift into daily life.
Like, "It's freezing," and then the next line is, "I should have worn thicker socks."
Or, "I'm thinking of buying gloves because my fingers are done."
My fingers are done. Yes, that is exactly my winter mood.
And then the other person can say, "Same," or "I have these gloves," or "I hate gloves." And suddenly you're not talking about the sky anymore.
You're talking about you, but in a safe way.
That's a key point. Weather is not really about weather. It's a doorway.
It's like the friendliest doorway.
Because it's neutral. It doesn't create tension. You're not asking anything too personal.
And you're not putting pressure on the other person to be interesting.
Exactly. The weather is interesting for you. It gives you something to share.
Also, I feel like weather is emotional without being too deep.
Explain that.
Like when I say, it's so cold, I'm not just giving information, I'm expressing a feeling.
True.
And feelings make conversations feel real, even small ones.
That's why people say things like, "This weather is killing me," even when they're fine.
Yeah, it's dramatic, but it's fun.
And it invites a reaction. People can laugh, agree, complain with you.
So it's not boring, it's actually social.
Exactly. The goal of small talk isn't to be deep. It's to create comfort.
Like a warm-up.
Yes, it's a warm-up. And weather is the easiest warm-up topic because it's always available.
And it's always changing too, so you never run out of things to say.
Right. Sunny one day, windy the next, rain later. You can always comment on it.
And you can also compare it to other places, like my friend in Canada says it's way worse.
Or, "Back home it's different." Or, "I'm not used to this kind of cold."
That one is so useful when you're traveling or meeting new people.
Definitely. "I'm not used to this weather" is a perfect line because it immediately gives background and invites questions.
Like, oh, where are you from?
Exactly. It turns into something more personal, naturally.
So basically, weather is like the easiest way to start talking without feeling awkward.
And if you do it well, it doesn't stop at one sentence.
Because you add a little detail, a little feeling, or a tiny story.
And then you give the other person an opening to jump in.
That's it. That's the magic formula.
Which brings us to the next question.
Yeah, because saying it's cold is fine.
But what if you want to sound more natural, more like a real conversation?
Like, what else can you say besides it's cold?
Okay, so if we go one step deeper, weather isn't just a conversation starter. It actually changes how we feel.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is we're sitting in the same studio, looking at the same winter wind outside, but we might describe our mood a little differently.
Yeah. Like for me, when it's cold and windy like this, I get this cozy but sleepy feeling.
That makes sense.
It's like my body is like, let's slow down. Let's be soft. Let's not do anything too ambitious.
For me, it's less about cozy and more about energy management.
Energy management. Very you.
I'm serious. Cold, windy weather makes me feel drained faster because everything takes more effort.
Yes. Even walking from your car to the door feels like a mission.
Exactly. So when I get inside, I'm relieved, but I'm also kind of tired.
That's the perfect word, drained. It's not like you ran a marathon. It's just the weather stole your energy.
And it's subtle. You don't always notice it until you sit down.
Yeah, you sit down and you're like, wait, why do I feel exhausted?
Because you've been tense. Your shoulders are up, your hands are cold, you're moving fast, your body is working.
And the wind is loud too. I don't know if that's just me, but strong wind feels stressful.
It can. It's constant stimulation. It's not calm.
Exactly. Like rain can be cozy, snow can be quiet, but wind is like, hey, pay attention.
That's true. Wind feels aggressive,
Yes, it feels aggressive, like it's pushing you around.
and that affects mood. When the weather is harsh, people become more inward.
Like you don't want to chat, you just want to get inside.
Exactly. And your social energy changes too.
I totally feel that. On a cold, windy night, I'm not trying to meet new people.
Right. But on a sunny day, totally different.
Oh my God, sunny day me is a different person.
Same. Sun boosts energy.
Yeah, like even if nothing in your life changed, you wake up and the sun is out and you're like, okay, life is possible.
There's actual research on that. Sunlight affects mood and alertness.
I believe it. Because gloomy days,
They can feel heavier.
yes, like the sky is low. Everything feels slower and you're just a little more sleepy.
That's a good word, sleepy. Not necessarily depressed, just low energy.
Exactly. Like I'm not sad, I'm just not motivated.
And then when it's bright and clear, you feel refreshed.
Refreshed is such a good word for that. Like, I feel refreshed sounds like you got a good night's sleep.
Or like you took a shower and drank water, and suddenly your brain is online.
Yes, exactly.
And the funny thing is, you can talk about all of this in very simple English.
Totally. You don't need fancy emotional vocabulary.
You can just say, "This weather makes me sleepy," or "I feel kind of drained today."
Or, I feel cozy, but I also don't want to move.
That's very relatable.
And it's also a great way to connect with people, because most people will be like, same.
Right, because again, shared experience.
And you can even soften it if you don't want to sound dramatic.
Like, "I'm a bit tired today," or "I'm kind of low energy."
Or, not gonna lie, this weather is making me lazy.
That one is perfect.
Because it's honest, but light.
And it gives the other person space to respond without feeling like you're dumping emotions on them.
Yeah, it's not like, let me tell you my whole mental state. It's just a vibe.
Exactly. Weather talk is often vibe talk,
And honestly, it can even explain your behavior.
like why you're staying in.
Yes, like, sorry, I'm not going out tonight. This wind killed my mood.
Or, "Let's meet somewhere indoors. I don't want to be outside in this."
And people understand right away.
So weather becomes a simple reason, a simple explanation, and also a shared feeling.
And that's why it's so natural to talk about mood and energy when you talk about weather.
Exactly. It's not random. It's connected.
And once you start talking about mood,
You often start talking about seasons.
yes, because seasons are basically long-term weather moods.
That's a good way to put it.
Like winter has a vibe, summer has a vibe,
And people have strong opinions about them.
which makes it way more fun to talk about.
So yeah, weather affects mood in the moment,
And seasons shape your lifestyle.
and that's where the conversation gets even more interesting.
Okay, so mood is the right now feeling, but seasons are like the bigger story.
Exactly. Seasons aren't just weather changes.
They change routines, habits, and even how people plan their lives.
Yeah, like winter isn't just cold. Winter is a whole lifestyle.
It really is. Shorter days, heavier clothes, different food, different plans.
And different energy. Like in winter, I feel like my personality becomes smaller.
Smaller?
Yeah, like I'm less out there. I'm more like, let me stay inside. Let me be quiet. Let me watch my comfort shows.
That's a good description. And some people love that.
True. Some people are like, winter is my season.
Right. They love the cozy vibe, they love layers, they love hot drinks, they love holiday lights.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I can't do winter.
That sentence is so common. I can't do winter.
Because it's not just cold, it's everything that comes with it.
Exactly. You have to plan around it. You think about coats, gloves, boots, how long you'll be outside.
And your outfit becomes a survival plan.
It really does. In summer, you can just throw on something simple and leave.
In winter, you're like, okay, base layer, sweater, jacket, scarf, and somehow I still feel cold.
And then you get indoors and you have to take everything off like you're unwrapping yourself.
Yes, it's like a whole process.
And that's why seasons are such an easy conversation topic, because people have preferences.
Exactly. Everyone has opinions.
Some people are summer people.
I'm a summer person. That line is so simple, but it says so much.
It does. It tells you they like sunlight, warm nights, maybe the beach, maybe traveling.
And maybe they're just happier when it's bright.
Exactly.
And then you have the fall people.
The fall people are strong.
They're passionate.
They are. They love the crisp air, the sweaters, the coffee, the cozy but not freezing vibe.
Fall feels like the main character season.
That's a popular way to describe it.
And spring people are like, I love fresh starts.
Spring has that energy, like new plants, longer days, more motivation.
And then winter people are like, I love quiet. I love snow. I love being indoors.
Exactly. So when you talk about seasons, you're not only talking about weather, you're talking about personality and lifestyle.
And it naturally connects to routines.
Like what you do on weekends.
Yes, in summer, weekends are like outside.
Barbecues, hiking, going to the beach, road trips.
Or just being out late because it stays bright longer.
Exactly. And in winter, weekend plans are different.
Winter weekends are like, let's stay in.
Or let's eat somewhere warm.
Or let's watch a movie.
And the food changes too.
Oh my God, yes.
In winter, people talk about soup, hot chocolate, stews, warm comfort food.
Everything is warm and soft.
Exactly.
And in summer, people want cold drinks, salads, fruit, ice cream.
Lighter food.
Yeah, and you're eating because you're hungry, not because you need emotional support.
That's true. Winter food feels emotional.
Winter food is therapy.
And then there's exercise.
Oh yeah, that one is real.
People's workout routines change based on seasons.
In summer, you're like, let's go for a walk.
In winter, you're like, I'll walk from my bed to the kitchen.
Exactly. Or you go to the gym, but you have to convince yourself.
And it also affects travel plans.
Yes.
Some people plan vacations around escaping a season.
Like, I need to get out of winter.
Or I want to go somewhere warm.
That is my dream.
Or the opposite. Some people chase winter.
Ski people.
Exactly. They wait for snow. They want mountains, cabins, winter sports.
And again, that's personality.
So when you ask someone, what's your favorite season, it's not a boring question.
It's actually a great question.
Because it leads to stories.
Like, I love summer because my family always traveled. Or I love fall because it reminds me of school. Or I love winter because I grew up with snow.
Exactly. You learn about someone without asking anything too personal.
And it's an easy way to keep talking.
Like if someone says, I'm a summer person, you can ask, why?
Or what do you like to do in summer?
Or do you like hot weather? Or do you just like the vibe?
That's such a good question. Because sometimes people don't even like heat. They just like the freedom.
Exactly. Longer days, more social life, more energy.
So seasons are basically a doorway into routines, habits, food, clothes, travel, and personality.
And it's all connected in a natural way.
And honestly, when you talk about seasons, you also end up talking about what you love and what you hate.
Which brings us to the next thing.
Because some weather makes people excited.
And some weather makes people complain.
And complaining is actually part of small talk, but you have to do it the right way.
Exactly. So how do you complain about weather without sounding negative or awkward?
Okay, let's be honest. Complaining about the weather is basically a social hobby.
It really is. And the funny part is, it's not always negative. Most of the time, it's bonding.
Yeah, like you're not trying to ruin the mood. You're just like, can you believe this?
Exactly. It's shared frustration. And shared frustration can actually feel friendly.
It's like we're both suffering, so now we're closer.
Right. It creates quick connection, especially with strangers or coworkers.
Because you don't have to reveal anything personal. You just say, this wind is brutal, and suddenly you have a little moment together.
And people enjoy that because it feels real.
But the key is how you complain matters.
Exactly. There's a big difference between light complaining and heavy complaining.
Light complaining is like playful.
And heavy complaining feels like you're bringing a dark cloud into the room.
Yeah, like if someone goes, everything is terrible and I hate life because it's raining, that's too much.
That's not weather talk anymore. That's therapy.
Exactly. So the goal is complain in a way that makes people smile.
And one way to do that is exaggeration.
Yes, being dramatic on purpose.
Like saying, I'm freezing to death, even though you're obviously alive.
Or this wind is trying to end me.
Exactly. It's funny because it's not meant to be taken literally.
Another way is to use those softeners so it doesn't sound angry.
Like, kind of, a bit, honestly, not gonna lie.
Like, not gonna lie, this weather is not it.
That's a perfect example. This weather is not it. It's modern, casual, and it sounds playful.
And it's vague in a good way. Like, you're not being super intense. You're just saying no.
Exactly. Another soft version is, I'm not loving this.
Yes, that one is so polite but so clear.
Or, I could do without this wind.
That sounds like a dad complaining.
It does, but it's still useful.
And then you have the super dramatic ones, which I love.
Like what?
Like in summer when people say, I'm melting.
That one is classic.
It's so dramatic, but everyone understands it.
And it's funny because people say it with a smile.
Exactly. It's not angry. It's like, help, I am a candle.
Another funny one is comparing yourself to something.
Yes, like I feel like a wet sock.
That's disgusting, but very accurate when it's rainy.
It's so gross, but people laugh because they're like, I know exactly what you mean.
And that's the bonding. You give them an image.
Yes, weather complaining works best when it paints a picture.
Another example, I'm getting blown away out there.
Or my umbrella is fighting for its life.
Exactly. You're basically telling a tiny story about surviving outside.
And it's fun because it makes the weather feel like a character.
Right. The wind becomes your enemy. The rain becomes a bully.
The sun becomes a villain.
Exactly. And that turns complaining into humor.
Also, tone matters a lot.
Definitely. If you say, it's so cold, with a light tone, it feels like small talk.
If you say it with a deep sigh, like you've been betrayed, it changes the vibe.
Exactly. So you can complain, but keep it friendly.
And you can even add a little but to soften it.
Like, it's freezing, but at least it's not raining.
Yes, that's such a good one because it turns it into balanced talk, not pure negativity.
Or, the wind is crazy, but it kind of wakes you up.
You would say that.
It's true, though.
And another trick is to make it about yourself, not the world.
Right. Instead of, this weather is horrible, you can say, I'm struggling with this weather.
That sounds softer, like you're not judging the universe.
Exactly. You're just sharing your experience.
And people respond better to that. They'll go, same, or yeah, it's rough, and then you're talking.
And that's the goal.
Because weather complaints are not really about complaining.
They're about connecting.
They're about saying, hey, we're in the same world right now.
Exactly.
So if you want to sound natural, you can complain, but keep it light, keep it playful. Use softeners, use humor.
And maybe give a funny image once in a while.
Like, I feel like a wet sock.
Please only say that if it's actually raining.
Fair.
But yeah, those little lines are powerful because you can use them anywhere.
And that's actually a good transition.
Because now that we've talked about weather and seasons, the next step is having the right phrases ready.
Exactly. Like pocket phrases.
Things you can pull out in real life without thinking too hard.
So next, we're going to jungliisha.
The common expressions you can use anytime and make them feel natural.
Okay, so before we go into more stories and practice, let's pause for a second and talk about the easiest part. Those quick weather comments you can say without thinking.
Yeah, these are the lines you use when you first see someone. Like, you're not trying to be deep, you're just opening the door.
Exactly. It's that moment where you walk in, you take off your scarf, and you go, "It's so cold out there."
And honestly, that simple pattern, "it's so," is probably the most common one.
Yeah, because you can plug anything into it. It's so windy, it's so nice out, it's so gloomy today.
And you can also make it a little softer so you don't sound dramatic.
Right, like it's kind of chilly.
That one is perfect because it sounds natural and relaxed. It's not like, "I am suffering." It's just, yeah, it's a bit chilly.
Exactly. And if you want to sound even more casual, you can say, "It's kind of cold today," like you're just noticing it out loud.
Another super useful one is, "it feels."
Oh, yes, "it feels" is such a good phrase because sometimes the temperature number doesn't match the real feeling.
Especially with wind. You can say, "it feels colder than yesterday."
Or, "It feels like winter suddenly showed up."
That one's great. And you can also say, "it feels warmer than I expected."
That sentence is so underrated because sometimes you go outside ready to suffer and then you're like, wait, this is actually okay.
Exactly. And that line sounds very natural because it shows your real reaction.
It also makes the conversation feel more personal. You're not reporting the weather, you're telling people how it hits you.
Right. And the last quick opener is "looks like."
Looks like it might rain.
Or "looks like it's going to snow."
Or looks like the wind is getting worse.
That one is good because it's kind of a guess, and guesses feel conversational.
Yeah, it's like you're thinking out loud, and that invites the other person to join in.
And if you want it to sound softer, you can add maybe or kind of.
Like, "It looks like it might rain later, maybe."
Exactly. So if you remember just these three, "it's so," "it feels," "looks like," you can start a weather conversation anytime.
And the best part is, you don't need special words. You just need that casual tone.
Because small talk isn't about sounding impressive.
It's about sounding like a real person who just walked in from the cold. Okay, so temperature is one thing, but honestly, sometimes the real problem is the air.
Exactly. Like, you can handle a number, cold or warm, but wind, rain, and humidity change the whole experience.
Yeah, because wind is rude.
Wind is aggressive.
It's like, "Oh, you thought you were okay? No."
And tonight is a perfect example. You step outside and the wind just hits you.
And it's not just cold. It's like the cold is moving.
Right. That's why windy is one of those words you say all the time. It's so windy.
Or the wind is crazy.
And you can also say the wind is picking up, which means it's getting stronger.
That one sounds really natural, like you're noticing it in real time.
Exactly. Now let's talk about rain, because rain vocabulary is actually kind of fun.
It is, because rain has moods.
Right, like drizzly.
Drizzly is that light rain that's annoying because it's not strong enough to be dramatic, but it still makes you wet.
Exactly. It's like, is it raining? Is it not raining? But your hair says yes.
Yes, and then you have pouring.
Pouring is serious rain. Like, if you step outside, you're done.
And everyone says it's pouring because it sounds stronger than just it's raining.
Exactly. It's very everyday.
And if you want to be extra dramatic, you can say it's pouring out there.
That out there makes it sound like you're pointing at the window, like, look at that.
Yeah, like the outside world is dangerous.
Now, humidity. This is where people struggle because they know the word humid, but they don't know how to describe the feeling.
Right, because humidity is not just hot, it's like the air is touching you.
Exactly. So humid is the basic one. It's so humid today.
And then you have sticky.
Sticky is such a good everyday word. It means you feel like you need a shower even if you just took one.
Yes, like I feel sticky. That's very real.
And muggy is similar.
Muggy is like humid, but heavier. It has that sleepy, cloudy, sweaty feeling.
Exactly. It often feels like there's no fresh air.
And that's where the sentence, the air feels heavy, comes in.
That sentence is perfect because it's not complicated, but it describes humidity so well.
Yeah, the air feels heavy is exactly how muggy weather feels.
And you can use it for before a storm, too.
Yes, like when the sky looks weird and you're like, the air feels heavy. I think it might rain.
That's such a natural line.
Because it's not just vocabulary, it's a little moment.
Right. You're describing what you're noticing.
And honestly, that's what makes weather talk sound real.
Exactly. You're not listing words. You're pointing at your experience.
Like, it's drizzling, it's pouring, it's humid, it's sticky, it's muggy, the air feels heavy, the wind is picking up. And the more you connect it to your body, your hair, your skin, your mood, the more natural it sounds. And the more people go, oh my God, yes, same.
Which is basically the goal?
Okay, so we've talked about the weather words, but let's be real. What makes you sound natural isn't just the vocabulary.
Exactly. It's the way you deliver it. And this is where softening words and natural reactions help a lot.
Yes, because if you speak too directly, sometimes it sounds a little stiff.
Or it can sound like you're making a formal statement instead of chatting.
Right, like, it is cold today. That's true, but it feels robotic.
Exactly. But if you say, it's kind of cold today, suddenly it sounds like a person talking.
Kind of is magic.
It really is. It softens your tone and it gives you thinking time.
Yeah, it's like a cushion.
And a bit works the same way.
Like, it's a bit windy.
Or I'm a bit tired today.
That one is so useful because it's honest, but it doesn't feel heavy.
Exactly. It's like you're sharing, not complaining too hard.
And then there's honestly.
Honestly is great because it sounds natural and slightly emotional.
Like, honestly, I didn't expect it to be this cold.
Or honestly, I'm staying in this weekend.
It gives the sentence personality.
It does, but you have to use it in a casual way, not like you're about to confess something dramatic.
Yes, like, honestly, I just want soup.
Exactly.
And to be fair is another one that sounds supernatural.
Yeah, because it makes you sound balanced, like you're seeing both sides.
Like, it's freezing, but to be fair, the sky looks really pretty.
Or, to be fair, it's cold, but at least it's sunny.
That's such a good habit because it stops your complaint from feeling too negative.
Exactly. It turns your vibe into, I'm realistic, not I'm miserable.
And then we have my favorite, I'm not gonna lie.
That one is very natural in everyday speech.
Because it sounds like you're being real, but also playful.
Exactly. It's a little dramatic, but in a fun way.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling today.
That sentence is perfect for weather, because sometimes weather affects you, and you just want people to understand.
Yeah, like, I'm here, I'm functioning, but I'm struggling.
And people usually laugh because they get it.
Right, it's relatable. And that's the key. These softeners help you sound like you're talking to a friend.
And they also help when you're not sure what to say next.
Yes, because when you use kind of or honestly, you buy a second to think.
Exactly. It slows the sentence down in a natural way.
And it also makes your English less perfect, which actually sounds more real.
Right. Real conversation is full of soft edges.
So if you want your weather talk to feel natural, don't worry about having advanced words.
Use simple words, but add softeners and natural reactions.
Kind of, a bit, honestly, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie.
And then just say what you feel.
Because sounding natural is basically sounding human.
Exactly. And once you have that, you're ready for the next step.
turning weather talk into a real back and forth conversation.
Okay, so now you've got your quick comments, you've got your comfort words, you've got the softeners, but there's one thing that really makes your English feel natural.
Yeah, when it becomes a real back and forth.
Exactly, because weather talk isn't meant to be a solo performance.
It's supposed to be a little exchange, a you say something, I say something moment.
And the easiest way to do that is you just throw the ball back.
Exactly. Ask something small, ask something easy.
Like after you say, it's freezing today, you can go, how's it where you are?
That one is great, especially if you're texting or talking to someone in another city or country.
Yeah, because then you're not just talking about your weather, you're inviting their world into the conversation.
And it doesn't feel like an interview. It feels natural.
Exactly. And you can keep it simple too, like, is it cold there too?
Or are you getting the same wind?
Or is it raining over there?
All of those are perfect.
And if you're in the same place, like we are, you can still throw the ball back.
Right. You can ask about preference and reaction.
Like, do you like this kind of weather?
That question is so good because it's not about facts, it's about personality.
Exactly. Someone might say, honestly, I love it. It feels fresh.
Or, no, I hate it, I'm struggling.
And boom, now you're talking about feelings, habits, maybe even childhood memories.
Exactly. And it's still easy and casual.
Another one I love is asking about seasons.
Yeah, because seasons open up a bigger conversation.
Like, what's your favorite season?
That one always works because people have opinions.
And it doesn't feel too personal, but it still tells you something about them.
Exactly. If they say summer, you can ask, why?
If they say fall, you can be like, okay, you're one of those cozy people.
And then you can connect it to routines. What do you usually do in that season?
Yes, or what do you like about it?
And even if your English isn't perfect, these questions are simple enough that you can use them right away.
And they help you avoid the awkward stop.
Exactly. Because the awkward stop happens when you make a statement and don't give the other person a path.
Right, like, it's cold.
End of story.
But if you say, it's cold, do you like this kind of weather?
Now it's a conversation.
And you don't need 10 sentences. You just need one question.
Exactly. And your question can be tiny.
Like, are you warm enough?
Or, did you bring a jacket?
Or, how are you surviving this wind?
That one feels very real today.
Extremely real.
So basically, weather talk becomes powerful when you do two things.
You share your experience.
And then you invite theirs.
That's it. That's the whole trick.
And once you start doing that, you'll notice you can keep conversations going so much more easily.
Because you're not trying to be impressive.
You're just being present.
So yeah, knowing the sentences is step one.
But the real skill is being able to say them out loud, naturally, in the moment.
And that's exactly what we're going to do next.
We're going to practice.
All right, let's practice. Because knowing the phrases is nice, but saying them out loud is where the magic happens.
Exactly. So first, repeat after us. Short sentences first.
It's so windy today.
It's freezing outside.
It feels colder than yesterday.
Looks like it might rain later.
The air feels really dry.
I'm kind of struggling today.
I can't tell if it's warm or I'm just overdressed.
This weather is not it.
Okay, now let's do a few longer ones. Nice and natural with softeners. Repeat after us.
Not gonna lie, this wind is making me feel a bit tired.
Honestly, I didn't expect it to be this cold, so I'm wearing extra layers today.
To be fair, it's freezing, but the sky actually looks pretty clear tonight.
Nice. Now fill in the blanks. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Number 1, it's so blank today. Windy, cold, nice.
Number 2, looks like it might blank later. Rain, snow, clear up.
Number 3, my favorite season is blank because blank.
Number 4, I'm wearing blank today because
Blank. Great. And now, open answers. Take your time, keep it simple and real.
First question, describe today's weather in 3 sentences.
Second, say what you're wearing and why.
And third, what's your favorite season and one reason you like it?
If you can answer those, you can talk about weather like a real person.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Clear and natural wins.
And now that you've practiced, let's make it even more interesting.
Because different places talk about weather in totally different ways.
And sometimes weather is basically personality.
Okay, so now let's do the fun part. Because weather talk isn't just useful, it's kind of cultural too.
Yeah, different places treat weather like totally different levels of important.
Like in English, there's this classic line, beautiful day, isn't it?
It sounds so simple, but it's basically a social key.
Yeah, it's not really a question. It's like, hi, I'm friendly. Let's have a tiny moment.
Exactly. And you can say it even if the day is not that beautiful.
That's the funniest part. Like it's raining and someone goes, lovely weather, huh?
And that's British humor.
Yes, people in the UK talk about weather like it's a hobby.
They really do. And it makes sense because the weather changes so often there.
So they're always like, oh, it was sunny earlier, and now it's raining again.
And that becomes conversation because everyone's tracking it.
It's like a group activity.
Exactly. And then you also have modern casual lines like, this weather is a whole mood.
I love that one because it's not just describing the sky, it's describing your vibe.
Right. Like, this weather is a whole mood usually means you're feeling something.
Like cozy, lazy, dramatic, sleepy, whatever it is.
And it's also really normal in English to connect weather to personality.
Yes, like I'm a summer person.
Or I'm a winter person.
And that actually says a lot.
Right. Summer people usually love being outside, longer days, more social energy.
Winter people are like, give me blankets, quiet nights, and hot drinks.
Exactly. It's like you're describing your lifestyle in one sentence.
And the nice thing is, when you talk about weather in English, you don't have to turn it into science.
Yeah, no one wants a climate lecture in the elevator.
Exactly. Like, don't be like, actually, this wind is caused by...
Unless someone asks.
Right. Most of the time, people just want feelings.
I'm freezing. I feel sleepy. This wind is brutal.
And then maybe a little joke.
Exactly. That's the social part.
So, if you ever feel like weather talk is boring, just remember, it's not about the weather.
It's about being friendly in a low-pressure way.
And once you get comfortable with it, you can use it anywhere. Work, travel, parties, even online.
Okay, so with all that,
Let's wrap it up in a super simple order so you can actually use it tomorrow.
yeah, one little recipe and you're good.
All right, quick recap. Because if you remember one simple order, you can use this in real life immediately.
Yeah, think of it like a little 4-step recipe for weather small talk.
Step 1. Make one simple comment about the weather.
It's freezing today. It's so windy. Looks like it might rain.
Step 2. Add a body feeling or a mood.
I feel kind of drained. This weather makes me sleepy. Honestly, I'm struggling a bit.
Step 3. Add one life detail, something small and real.
Like what you're wearing, what you're drinking, or how your plans changed.
I wore extra layers today. I grabbed a hot coffee the second I got in.
Or I'm staying in this weekend because I can't deal with this wind.
And step 4. This is the key. Throw the ball back.
How about you? Do you like this kind of weather? What's it like where you are?
That's it. Comment, feeling, detail, and then invite them in.
And if you do that, your English instantly sounds more natural because it becomes a real exchange.
So here's our question for you, because we want to hear your version.
How would you use weather to start a conversation?
All right. Before we go, let's leave you with a few fun comment questions.
Number 1, what's your favorite season and why?
Number 2, what kind of weather makes you feel the best? Sunny, rainy, cold, or warm?
And number 3, what's the funniest thing you've ever said about the weather?
Drop your answers in the comments. We love reading them.
And if you enjoyed this episode, follow Pink English and come hang out with us again.
Stay warm, stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye, everyone.